My dad went missing 15 years ago. He hasn't been found since. Going through some of his belongings, I found this cassette tape. Freddie Caesar was written on the front of it. And hearing these songs immediately took me back to when I was a kid. I remember these songs. Something therapeutic for me was to write these lyrics down. Fast forward 5 years, I found the lyrics again. I couldn't find the tape anywhere or Freddie Caesar anywhere. That's kind of where the ghost of Freddie Caesar begins. It's my search for these songs through my memories. Who are you?
My name's Laura. I have a background in cognitive psychology. I have a master's of cognitive and behavioural neuroscience. I'm currently doing a PhD in psychology. What is a memory? For such a simple question, I think that's actually quite difficult to answer.
That's cool.
That's all we need. I've got the strong image of a blank white cassette cover with only the word Freddie Caesar written on the front of it. Whether it's a name, whether it's a place, whether it's a, I don't know what the fuck it is. It felt like it was a bootleg. It wasn't the best quality. I know that much. I couldn't decipher a lot of the lyrics. I've had some massive mind battles trying to figure out whether or not these memories I have are actually melodies or horn lines, whether they're actually memories of what I listen to, or whether my own imagination or my own creative is just creating these things, telling me that these things were in the music. At this point, I'm not sure where Freddie Caesar stops and I begin.
This is a facade.
Neurally, we know that emotion is really linked closely to memory, and so how we remember things is also tied to how we're feeling at the time, but also how we're feeling every single time we remember that event and in the current moment at which you're even remembering it.
Who are you?
I recall a memory when I was very, very, very young, when I opened my eyes and I thought, oh, I'm back again. So, I mean, I've always had this deep belief in reincarnation, and I remember thinking that when I was I want to say I was a baby.
This album's quite funny, a bit of a predicament, you know. On one hand, doing these songs by this guy that I can't find anywhere, that I don't know anything about. And on the other hand, it's like, I'm just chasing shadows. There's all these other connections. I got my brothers, I got my sisters, but it just feels quite special. It just feels like I've got some sort of connection to my dad.
kewa, a lingering spirit after death which haunts the living. What's that? I can hear you. Ooh, I can smell you too. The kewa.
So opening track on this album, Shake That Skinny Ass, you might recognize that name from somewhere. Yeah, so the Zygertron album, Shake That Skinny Ass, all the way to Zygertron. Freddie Caesar's kind of been there from the beginning, permeating throughout all the albums. Whether sound-wise, I'm not sure, but he's had a deep impression on me. And the weird thing is, I don't know what he looks like. I don't even know if he exists anymore, but he still had a big impression on me.
In the city where they got no face, yeah, I wanna rest my case upon the neon floor. I wanna know.
Just like my previous albums, Freddie Caesar's also had its challenges. With Zygertron, it was trying to come up with this whole intergalactic world, this love story, and this kid being born with golden feet. So there was all of that. And you move on to Holy Colony, which was, I suppose, getting into the right headspace, finding the right people to talk to, getting the right information to get these indigenous stories right.
These words ain't worth the paper.
And with Freddie Caesar, I suppose the challenge has been digging deep, trying to understand what he was talking about.
Only me one. Ain't nobody yet to paint it for you. Ain't nobody yet to be.
Thematically, this album isn't something that I'd usually sing about. There's a lot of women in these stories, and there's a lot of drugs as well. One of my favorite lyrics actually in Caught in the Rain is, use the last of heaven's stardust lined up parallel.
Now my little baby heart is hooked on caramel. Oh, baby, ain't no shame when you get caught in the rain.
There's also a strong presence of Vietnam. There's a song that is about Vietnam called Namaste, and it's quite vivid and just talking about, I don't know, being in the jungle, all this stuff that I've never heard of. Big boys moving in, all this stuff. I'm like, what the fuck's big boys moving in? And when I finally looked it up, big boys are tanks. Redbirds are a type of helicopter.
Wake up, it's your last day. We're getting up out the jungle. Trip flare, it's your last play. Redbird gonna keep you humble. Big boys moving in. Gung ho with a gun show. Grab it in the deer skin. Trigger happy with the ammo. Woo-hoo.
Then there's another song that goes on from that called Through My Venetians. To me, it sounds like he's got vivid flashbacks of Vietnam, and he's just staying inside.
Ain't been the same since my tall Judy. Clouds suffocate the sky.
But yeah, that's basically it. Vietnam, guns, women, and drugs. All the good stuff.
I just always thought I was born at the wrong time, to be honest. Like, I was born in 82, I missed it all. But thankfully my dad grew me up right on the tunes of the 70s, and to this day, that's what I'm showing my sons. That's the music we listen to at home. I was having a lot of fun helping create these memories of Freddie in real time. The kind of party scenes that went with it. You know, the good and the bad. There were some pretty groundbreaking times in the world. The 70s really changed the world. And along with that came the music.
I wish I was born a little bit earlier, probably when my mum was born actually, so that I was a teenager through those 70s when heaps of cool shit was happening. You know, we had Jimi Hendrix into the 60s, into the 70s, we had Led Zepp, Pink Floyd. It just feels like the time for mystical beings has come and gone.
Some shit like that. We'll give 2 more takes, brothers.
Is the truth out there, or is the truth within? I don't know if someone told me or if I told myself that, fuck, you can't keep holding on, otherwise it's gonna eat away at you. And like looking at my own son and thinking, man, I gotta be a dad to this guy. I gotta not forget, but you just had to let it be. And it's kind of been like that to this day. That was 15 years ago. The worst thing of all is just having, if he's passed away or if something happened, just not having anywhere to grieve. We haven't had a chance to grieve. We've just been in this constant limbo for 15 years. If you're not thinking about it, it's somewhere there in your subconscious. It's just like a little stone in your shoe that doesn't go away. Even if you're not thinking about it, it's there. So yeah, it's been tricky.
Jagoan ganya, moya gali, walo gaya.
Do I believe in ghosts? What does a ghost mean to me? What is the reality of ghosts? The ghost in the machine. What is the ghost in the machine? Is it the witness or the activator? What is reality on the mortal coil? The physical plane of existence. What animates life in the physical universe?
It's a reoccurring thing. True Everybody wants the simplest things. They want hope, they want love.
We are liquid. We are water.
No voice
We are fluid.
it's the truth.
We are.
This volume of this lead break, man. Oh, just a little 10G, 1 dB. Gotta give it that as not just we want it to be Jimmy, man. We don't give a fuck about the levels.
And that's it. There's no trophy at the end. We exist.
Freddie Caesar, are you still around? I can't find you anywhere. I don't think you would care.